What was your vision?
Okay. My vision is, in fact, what I've already said. Guide all these business owners to achieve their personal, professional, and financial growth goals through their business. And I had faced all the technical, economic, social, operational, personal, geographical, and human difficulties that most business owners have to overcome to create their idea, validate it in the market, and make it grow. So this allows me to give this guidance, these strategies, systems, and plans that they can apply in their businesses to achieve exactly the same that I achieve it, or their own goals, because I do not only define myself as a business coach, I am a specialized business coach. That means that I help you in the situation you are in, the market you find your businesses, with the resources that you already have to achieve the goals that you have in your business, not my goals, through your business,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
goals with your business.
And how long have you been in business, Roberto?
I've been in business more than 10 years. I've started in the fitness industry, and even if I struggled
Yeah,
a lot of years at the beginning to make it work, I finally achieved it, that success with the business. And when I get this level of success, I've stabilized the business, and I've started this new direction about
yeah,
business owners and about helping business owners to build their businesses too, because um, I've learned all this knowledge about what mistakes you did not needed to do, and what were the right strategies, systems, the right path
yeah,
to build this business idea, especially in this small business road that most of business owners and entrepreneurs struggle with. This is this first
yeah,
step, the small business road. That's the more difficult path to overcome at the beginning. Achieving the first million is the hardest time
absolutely.
that they usually get, and they need to put in order a lot of details
Yeah,
that usually you do not can just you cannot figure it out by yourself usually when you do not know how to make it, or when you have not a coach, when you have not close person to you that can guide you through this road. There are certain rules that you need to put in order in this small business road that most business owners struggle with. So I found this path for myself. I understood the strategies, the plans, the systems that you truly can apply to your own business. And if you are determined to learn these systems and strategies and apply
yeah,
these systems to your business until they work, you can achieve it. And that's
absolutely.
something that I found, and I decided to start this business to help with this knowledge to another business owners that are struggling exactly with the same that
Yeah,
I've struggled, or not exactly with the same, but I've managed another people businesses, and
yeah,
that allows me to not only teach them or help them with what I personally have made with my businesses,
hmm,
I can help them with a lot of more, and that's a good advantage that I think I have compared with another coaches that only can teach you the same that they have achieved. And there are these conversation out there about you need to find the coach that has the same that you want to achieve, and that's great. That's not wrong,
yeah,
but I call myself that like this specialized business coach because I am not only applying these systems to my own businesses. I am using these systems, strategies, and plans in another business that are not the mine. So I have this expanded experience, not
yes.
only what you can see my businesses, and that's not the only thing that I can help you with.
Okay. And when it comes to coaching, what makes your coaching approach unique compared to the others?
What's can you repeat the question? What's the
Yes.
difference between?
Yes. What makes your coaching approach unique from all the
Okay,
other coachings?
what makes my coaching unique? Okay, I provide. I think that's something that can define it. I provide. I usually find the clients that are worried about me being able to provide them what I described them, that I can give them, that I can help them with. It's very common that in the market of business coaching, the business coach promise with programs or just one-on-one business coaching, they promise about providing the client about certain things that finally they do not give because
Mm.
they have not the time. They, yes, maybe there are recorded materials, but finally they do not. The business owner do not only need information; they need guidance,
Yes.
and they need usually know that you are available to make you questions, to give that guidance, that you as a coach are gonna be interested on providing results. And yes, I think
And you're right.
that's
There's a lot of
the
people.
greatest.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that promise some things
Yes,
and don't deliver.
yes,
So I totally get it when you ask for something, and you also paying someone to do it,
exactly,
and you
exactly.
don't receive it. That's a whole different ball game. So I love that. That's something unique about you, is that you give exactly what you say you're going to give. And sounds like to me you're a business of your word, and that holds a lot. That holds a lot in this field, especially to new entrepreneurs and business owners. As you mentioned before, getting to a million is hard. So how do you guide someone that sees it as just like a dream rather than a goal?
Uh, yes. The first thing that they need to understand is that it's possible, that it is possible, and how it's possible to achieve that goal.
Yeah.
If they do not understand that there are a roadmap that is possible to replicate in your business, if they do not understand that, they are not gonna be clear and they are not gonna feel control and clarity about how they can do it and believe that they actually can make it happen.
Yeah.
Build it as a reality for their businesses. Most of business owners that struggle to achieve that first million are around 100K, 200K, or maybe 400K, not more. Usually, most of them are in this range, more or less. And of course, that to achieve the 1 million goal is not only increment 20% their income in this level. They need to multiply. That means that they have to scale a lot their activities, and most of them are not confident about acquiring, about building a team. That is the more important aspect to be able to multiply
Mm.
the activity of the business to achieve the 1 million goal. They do not know how to multiply the attention, the sales meeting that they have for the business. They do not know when is the right moment to hire someone and what are the exact activities that they have to delegate to that person in that moment for the business, because you have not to make decision for yourselves. You have to make the decisions for the requirements of the business in this moment. And there are these system that this roadmap that is gonna describe, is gonna tell you what is the yes, what are the right tasks to delegate in that moment,
Hmm.
what your business needs to focus on in that step. For example, in the first step is the startup situation for the business between 0 and 200k per year. And you need to focus in marketing, you need to focus in sales, you need to focus in validating the idea, and
Yeah.
you should make that by your own, or maybe delegating, but not with your own team members yet. Maybe
Okay.
you can delegate certain tasks to help you achieve that first goal of 200k per year. But from that moment, you need to understand that to grow, you're going to need people
Yeah.
that provide their time and their work for the company. If
Mm.
you do not make that, you are not going to be able to scale the activities of the business to achieve the plus 2, 4, or 6 to get the 1 million goal. So it's a difficult roadmap to achieve to a lot of people because they have to learn all these skills or this point of view they do not come from, because they come from being alone or
Yeah.
with a very low team, only 1, 2 people, or just they are used to hire freelancers to help them with some activities. But you need to understand that you need your own team to truly scale the business.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is not easy to build, but it's necessary if you want to get these levels of income.
And it's interesting you say that because when you do start a business, or when most start businesses, it is something you do alone because it's from your vision. It's something you've been wanting to do for a while. Some may have a partner that goes into business with them. But I think where I'm getting at is I think there's a fear in hiring someone that may not either do the job or is doing the job and
Yes,
they cannot afford it, right? And so
absolutely.
when you say the grow part, even as an entrepreneur myself, I'm like, hey, I wear all the hats because that's the
Yes.
financial moment I'm in. So what's the plan or the strategy that you will take someone through if they did start out alone and getting them to that space to hiring someone else?
Okay, for hiring someone, do you need to know how? Because the most common thing when you are starting a team is hiring the wrong person, not knowing how to delegate. And you need to understand the difference between abdicate and delegate. If you abdicate, you hire someone and you tell him, okay, now make this part of the business work, make it work by yourself without guidance. And
Yeah.
that's a very common mistake. That's not delegate, that's abdicate. You are just putting some responsibilities in the hands of the other person, and that's usually gonna drive you to failure.
Mhm.
So you need to know that you need to delegate and how to delegate properly. Of course, it's not a 100% accurate system that is gonna give you for sure the best employee that you can find in the world. No,
Yeah.
you need to know that there are hiring people and building a team is something that requires management. You need to evaluate what the team member is doing
Yeah.
and give them direction. If you do not give them specific goals that they
Yeah.
need to achieve with their role for the business, they are going to be lost. And you are going to be frustrated because that person is not going to achieve what you need to put in their hands. It's not
Yes.
something that the team member needs to figure it out by himself.
Yeah.
You need to give them that guidance. You need to give them you need to replicate on them what you have done successfully before in the business in this first step of the business to the more or less 200k per year in the startup step. You need to put in their hands that systems that you have confirmed that work for the business.
Mm-hmm.
You um, establish these KPIs to see what are the results that that person is obtaining in their activity, whatever it is, depending on what are you delegating at the beginning. You need to delegate operational tasks, not the relevant activities for the business. You need to put in the hands of the team member all that activities that are not the most relevant for the business, because
Yes.
that new team member is not never um, gonna make their part of the work as good as you as a business owner,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you are not as good leader as you are gonna be in the future. So
Yeah.
the first tasks that you need to delegate in this moment are operational tasks that are gonna help you to get more time for you as the business owner,
Mm-hmm.
make more of that very important aspects of the business to grow the income, to multiply it to 400K more or less per year
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
next year. You need to get all these operational tasks that is not supposed that you as a business owner make, and put it with this team member.
And for that, you gave a tip of making sure that you delegate and delegate before doing anything else, and trying to make sure that you're meeting with that individual that you're employing to make sure you guys are on the same level, making sure that the work is going smooth and the company's going smooth. What other tips do you have for entrepreneurs that will help them if they're starting up or in that range of the 200,000 all the way up to trying to make it to a million?
Okay, they need to be focused. They need to sacrifice another options to focus in their only ones. That they need to insist. They need to persecute that options, be specialized in that options. If one of the biggest mistakes that drives a business to failure is try to achieve too much buyers persona, too much ideal customers, too much
Mm-hmm.
offer, too much services, different services, because you need to focus yourself in one, two, maybe three specific ideal customers,
Mm-hmm.
understand them deeply, and build the business around it. And
Mm-hmm.
you are going to be able to achieve the 1 million goal, focusing in that ideal customers,
Yeah.
even more than trying to provide to everyone. That's the
Yes.
biggest mistake, and maybe the most important, because if you make that, you're gonna understand what that people want. And if
Yeah.
you know what that people want specifically, you only have to provide. And maybe look different ways to provide that to that people, but provide that. Even
Yeah.
if you build 20 products around that, because you can. If you want to, I don't know, about nutrition. If you want to coach people about their nutrition or even training, you can
Mm-hmm.
build different products or services about that. You not only have the option of building this nutrition coaching or training coaching, you
Yeah.
can make a lot more. But you are providing that, losing weight, maybe taking care of their health, because this um, um, is gonna span. It's not only nutrition. It's
Yeah.
inside of nutrition is losing weight, is um, taking care of their health with in different health problems that you can solve through nutrition. That is a big amount of different problems, and you can build guides, different services. Yes, you can offer programs,
Mm.
courses, guides, or services or coaching to not only give the general service. You can go deep and provide specialized products inside that profile of client.
Yeah, yeah. And so what you're saying is making sure, and I often hear the word niche, something that you could
Exactly.
specialize
Exactly.
in, uh, and focusing truly on that, and that's really good because I believe entrepreneurs often some often tend to want to provide everything, but that's also no different, Roberto, about us trying to wear all the hats. You know what I mean? We're just
Yes.
trying to make everyone happy. And I believe even as an entrepreneur and a human being and a customer and consumer, we can't make everyone happy. So I love that tip is focus. So Roberto Garcia with the wise said focus. And
Yes. Exactly.
you have such a passion about this. Before we go, I want to ask, what are your greatest joys of what you do?
um, as the nickname said, I love to learn, and I start businesses related with what I want to help with.
Yeah,
There are things that I want to know for me, for myself,
yeah,
but then I realize that I want to help with that knowledge with for to another people, because I know that others are struggling with the same that I struggle with.
yeah.
So to having the capacity of helping with that, I build a business around it, because
Yes,
you are not a better person, and you do not help more to another people just making something for free individually. You alone are gonna make something for someone you know.
yeah,
You are very limited in that to make that, to help in that way. If you want to help more, you need to earn money with that, and build a team and grow it, and build it and grow it as a business to
yes,
expand your capacity to help with that. And that's what I truly decide to do with my life and my businesses. Not only with the businesses, a personal decision, personal compromise, personal compromise from me to make that. That's
I
why I usually have this focus with my businesses of truly provide results, not only make a promise. This great promise. You need to to build a great promise with your business, and push that through the market. That's a fact. That's it is how it is. But I truly want to provide results through that promise, not only make the promise and make the business as most of them do.
Yes, yes. Well, I hear the passion. I definitely hear the passion. I hear the experience, and I hear the desires of your heart to making this business work, to allow others to make their business work. I thank you so much, Roberto, for choosing to be with me this morning and being on the show just to give leaders and entrepreneurs some tips to doing, starting out right, doing things a little bit better. And you mentioned it earlier, but before we go, I'd love for you to inform those that are watching and the guest of where they can locate you at, rather in social media and or your website, please.
Okay, thank you, Jivanka, for having me here. First of all, of course, they can find me in robertodewise.com. They are gonna find there my products and services, and even be in touch with me. And of course, they can find me in my social media, the Wise Roberto. I have my Spanish social media that are a little bit bigger,
Yes.
but I'm gonna push harder in this in English social media, the Wild Roberto, and of course in robertodewise.com they are gonna find me, my future products about this business building business thing. Not
Yes.
only the another businesses that I have them, of course, separated from this, but of course they can find me through this. If they are small business owners, they are struggling with something between 0, 1, 3 million per year, I can guide them to strategic planning, building and managing their teams, acquisition and conversion strategies, and of course, everything driven to get clarity and control of everything they are doing in their business. Because I've struggled with the same. I have these doubts. I have all this obscurity about everything about the business, and now I have this light that I can use to um, show them what's the path that they need to follow to solve their problems in their situations with the resources that they have to get the goals that they want to achieve with their business. Not my goals, their
Yes.
goals. It's not about me what they want, what they need to do with their business. Is about what they want to achieve with their businesses, or what the resources they have, and guide them to put clarity in this path that they want to they want to walk with their businesses.
Thank you for being here today. I'm really happy that you tuned in to Vision Pros Live. I'm looking forward to seeing your reactions as these episodes continue to move forward. This is going to get more and more fun. We'll have more engagement as well. We'll invite people to participate in the show. And thank you for giving us your time and attention. Have an excellent time building out your vision and becoming a Vision Pro yourself.